This is your one and only 𝐵𝑒𝑟𝑒81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another informational Valheim video. Today, we're going to talk about how I effed up in the weapon stamina video. Let's get to it. Alright, so in the video where I talk about weapon stamina usage, if you haven't seen that, it's in the Valheim's Guides playlist. I'll link it down in the description per the usual. I said that it didn't matter if you were level 100 in a skill or level 0 in a skill, that you use the same amount of stamina. And then I started seeing comments rolling in saying I was wrong about that. If I start seeing multiple comments, I go back and I check my work. And I checked my work, and I was wrong. Skill level does make a difference. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, 𝐵𝑒𝑟𝑒, how do you make such stupid mistakes sometimes? Well, here's the problem. Unfortunately, I am human, and not the super intelligent AI human hybrid that I wish I was. So anyway, one of you actually had a absolutely ingenious idea that I cannot believe I didn't think of when I was originally testing this, and that was to just overweight myself when I am doing tests. So when you do that, you overweight yourself, you don't regen any stamina. I can take a solid screenshot and make sure I'm getting the right amount and not have any issues. And a few other people actually pointed out that I should test the clubs as well, and that got me thinking, if clubs are different, then other primitive stuff should be different as well. But before I started running tests on all of the stuff to see if there was a difference between primitive weapons and non-primitive weapons, so stuff that's made out of metal versus stuff that is not made out of metal, I also just double checked with axes to make sure that I was correct and that the metal stuff is all the same. So like, no matter what you're using so far, currently at the time of making this could change in the future, because remember, early access game, they plan to add a ton more stuff. Metal weapons and basically anything that's not primitive style is the exact same. So far, I've tested with axes, I've tested with swords, and I've tested with maces. So once I confirmed that, I then went through and I tested primitive versions of weapons to non-primitive versions. So as you can see on the screen now, we have flint spear at 100, flint spear at 0, bronze spear at 0. You get the idea. You can see it on the screen there, and you can see that there is a clear difference in stamina usage, not only between being a level 0 and level 100, but also between using the primitive weapons versus the metal weapons, with the exception of knives. What's very interesting, there is no difference in stamina usage between the flint, copper, and abyssal knife. There is, however, a difference between level 0 and level 100, as you see there, but there is no difference on what type of knife you use, whether it's primitive or not. So here's the difference in stamina usage between skill level 0 and skill level 100. So the red is skill level 100 and the yellow is skill level 0. And you can see there, that's the difference in stamina use for a single attack. That is just a single left click attack. No special attacks, none of that stuff. That is how much stamina you use. Now, I did not do a breakdown on the combos for this, but we have seen the combos already, and that was the graph in the previous video. So here it is. This is what it looks like if you do a combo with any of these weapons. It's skill level 100. And it's not too difficult to take a look at the current graph where I'm only doing a single attack and easily extrapolate how much stamina you are going to use and which one is the most efficient at using stamina if you are going to do a combo. Because obviously, if it uses less stamina for a single attack, it is also going to use less stamina for a combo. All right, and that's pretty much all I wanted to cover on this one. Just a quick correction video to get this info out there. I apologize for misleading you in the previous video. It happens from time to time, but that's why it's all the more important to make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I put out these correction videos. Because if I do find out I did make a mistake in a video, I always put out a correction video because I hate misinformation. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.